building. So they do have a lot of really good stuff going for them in Castle Age.
LucifroN wins this. Will be MarineLorD's first tourney loss since the first EGC. Well, not quite, because I think he fell in the Winner Stays On earlier this week, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he lost to Vortex.
Yeah.
LucifroN's brother.
And you were talking about training partners, right?
yeah, right, exactly.
The ultimate combo there from those guys, brothers, both being at the top of the game. And we see MarineLorD right away going for that Uvu. Is that within range of his town center? Is the influence zone? No, it's not.
Yeah, I don't think he double produces the villagers. Most Mongol players don't do that because, you know, it is quite costly, 150 stone for the extra villager. And one of the things that make Mongols really good is they can put all that stone into making military units. And then you just get this like tempo and this ability to push. And if you can push your opponent, and even if you just ignite a building, you get the raid bounty. And that essentially increases your economy, right?
Yep. And it's like you said, it just synergizes so well. And then if you go for the deer stones as well, if you have map control with units, you can add outposts behind, which further makes everything a little bit better. So Mongols seem really, really good on these open land maps.
Yeah, and here we go. We do have the one official already supervising for LucifroN. Just standard Chinese opening here. Looking at the map. Ooh, look at LucifroN's hunt here. So he has two deer patches like right next to each other.
1 mil. Oh.
He's still gonna. I'm pretty sure he's still gonna do professional scouts, but it makes it really, really convenient to just be able to gather all of them very quickly.
The AOE2 player in me says 1 mil in the middle.
Oh,
yeah, I didn't even think about. Dude, it's ingrained in my mind. I didn't even think about professional scouts.
Oh, that's so funny. You'd have to then push the deer to the mill, right?
Yeah.
To like eliminate the walking sign.
So like, oh, I'm saving that 100 wood. It just looks so perfect. Anyway, it's got 2 Imperial officials, one on the lumber camp and one on the mill.
Yeah, I really like that. I like prioritizing the Imperial officials quite early because you even get the gold pretty quickly, right? From the taxes, the developed.
And an early stable for MarineLorD. So 2 scouts on the way.
And, you know, the mill is within TC range, so these scouts maybe just going to help kind of find sheep and then prepare himself for professional scouts. But I don't think he's going to make any more yet. He's just training 1 batch of 2 because you don't want to slow down your H2 timing too much. You still need to get that professional scouts, you know, really quickly.
All right, so we've got tons of sheep in here from MarineLorD. Actually, it took quite a few from the north side near LucifroN's base. So LucifroN is going to struggle for the carcasses around his mill. And that's going to hurt his tax income a little bit if he runs out there. Also, MarineLorD will be scouting those deer up at the top. Let's see how much he sees. Yeah, he sees both of those patches. Oh boy, do you just get up as fast as possible and then keep producing scouts? You want to take that as quickly as you can, right?
Yeah, definitely. It's really interesting. When one player does professional scouts, it kind of forces the other player to do professional scouts also. And then the really important thing is who gets that tech completed first. And, you know, say like if you research professional scouts like 30 seconds before your opponent, like you really get that head start, right? And then that gives you the opportunity to steal your opponent's deer.
Yep.
And so one really big thing to note in this game is that LucifroN's mill and berries it's forward. It's in front of his town center. Oh, and he does have the Barbican, but he builds the Barbican between the gold and the stone mine.
And it also is pretty close to the deer too.
Yeah, that's a very good point. Yeah, that is a really nice Barbican placement. But if I'm the Mongol player, if I'm a MarineLorD, like the idea of pushing this mill is like very, very appealing. Because if you get pushed off this mill, then potentially there might be a lot of deer carcasses around it. There's already some sheep carcasses. There's some berries. It would force LucifroN to have to build a back mill. And yeah, it could do quite a lot of damage there.
Look at MarineLorD being pretty annoying. Barbican is not built yet, so there's no damage coming out here. And I think he might be able to snipe a villager with the scouts. Oh, he didn't. He didn't get the other one either.
Wow, very, very close. I feel like he should have maybe just dove that bill. Go for that guy. Very close.
I guess he
even
wanted
the con being really annoying on the wood line. And while forcing LucifroN to actually build a second lumber camp there.
Yep. That con has weakened quite a few villagers. And the scouts weaken villagers too. So even if MarineLorD overproduces scouts, there's opportunities for him to come in here and snipe villagers. There's a bunch of weak ones.
Yeah, and the really scary thing is that when Mongols advance to H2, the con automatically gets upgraded. So you get these like villagers really low hit points. And when you're the opponent, it's like, okay, this con's attacking me in H1. It's like whatever, it's not really doing a ton of damage. But then when he gets H2, all of a sudden it like really kind of does quite a bit more. And then your villagers start going down pretty quickly.
Yep. And professional scouts, still not enough resources here for LucifroN to get that. So he can't grab those carcasses yet. Let's take a look at MarineLorD, and MarineLorD already going for professional scouts, and he knows all about these carcasses at the north here. As he comes in again with the con, one villager goes down. LucifroN abandoning that wood line again, and he's going to go for a second town center on the gold and the stone just to protect his villagers. I mean, there was so many weak ones there. It must be quite annoying for him to have to constantly move away from that wood line.
Yeah, I would have expected this TC to be more on the wood line to kind of protect the wood line, but yeah, just literally right on top of the Barbican. And MarineLorD or LucifroN, he isn't doing professional scouts actually.
Well, he wanted to go into that second TC earlier, right? The scouts are here for MarineLorD, and those carcasses are just going to disappear really quickly.
Yeah, second TC, you know, it's always quite nice, but I mean, that gives MarineLorD the option to just like steal all of your hunt here.
Do you see these walls? The wall attempts from LucifroN? He's going for a wall to the edge of the map, over to the left side of his base, and then he tried to go for 2 more wall foundations way up in the north, too.
Yeah, and I mean, with the con harassing and even scouts, that's gonna be tough.
Oh, is this villager dead?
Oh, no.
Yep.
Yeah, oof.
That is rough. I mean, he's going to have 2 TCs, but MarineLorD doing a lot of damage early, and MarineLorD getting value already from the professional scouts, bringing those carcasses back across the field. He knows this other patch is here. He can grab this afterwards. And there is the Imperial Academy from LucifroN, so he wants to go for that full boom.
Yeah, and that's some really good con harassment there from MarineLorD. Yeah, losing what 2 villagers there so early in the game.
He's going to make those up pretty easily, though. MarineLorD is at 28 villagers. LucifroN is already at 32, and once he gets this Imperial Academy, he will be on his way. Another villager goes down on the berries. Oh, he weakened so many early.
Yeah, it's quite painful. But yeah, once this Imperial Academy does get built, that's going to put LucifroN into the next dynasty, and his villagers will start getting trained quicker, and he already has 2 town centers. So yeah, these villagers are going to be popping out really quickly. So villagers, you know, they usually train in 20 seconds, but LucifroN's now in the Song Dynasty, which is putting his villagers to 13
MarineLorD
seconds.
is finding so many villager picks. Look, his scouts are in on the villager that was walling in the north. Definitely going to kill this one, and there's another exposed one over there, but it's like, can he kill villagers faster than LucifroN is producing them currently?
Right. Yeah, that's why I didn't like these walls. They're really greedy, trying to build these walls when you know your opponent has a lot of scouts and, you know, a con to be really annoying with.
These are the most villager kills I've ever seen from scouts in one game. That villager is trying to get out. They won't get away. And there's another vill up there.
Oh, God.
Oh, my God.
I don't know why he's trying to force these walls. Like, what are they really accomplishing?
Look at MarineLorD blocking the vill so it gets attacked by the scout and the wolf.
Oh, that's good.
Really great stuff. It's dead, 100%. And now he's going for the carcasses, and he's in again on more villagers, and it's forcing spearmen here from LucifroN. MarineLorD is killing villagers like crazy. I think that's, what, 6 that have died already?
Yeah, and even LucifroN building this mill, like, it seems like a mistake, right? You have to assume that, oh, you know your opponent has professional scouts, like, he's just gonna do exactly as he did and just pick up all those deer, and yeah, now that mill is not looking so good.
This is a really entertaining opening. You can see 2 distinctive styles here, right? MarineLorD going for that more meta professional scouts play, and LucifroN going for the double TC. LucifroN is at 42 villagers. MarineLorD has kept himself competitive, though, at 35 by killing, what, 6 or 7 vills from LucifroN?
Yeah, that is a lot of vill kills really early, and we did see MarineLorD go up to H3, so I think this is starting to become really popular in the meta with Mongol players,
And,
you know, trying to get that quick H3.
look at that mill. You mentioned that before, the forward mill from LucifroN, and the villagers being weakened there earlier by the Khan, and suddenly there's archers coming out to that spot. There's 13 villagers gathering from those berries. The other villagers have shifted over to the berries that are even more forward. MarineLorD will find his way in here. And LucifroN with only spearmen at the moment to counter. Spearmen and TCs, of course.
Yeah, not looking good for LucifroN. He could try to drop down some towers. I mean, he needs some wood, but yeah, like, what does he do for food now? He's getting pushed off these berries, and yeah, it's looking very good. Ooh, nice little spear wall there from LucifroN.
Yep.
Taking out one Lancer.
And now the deer stones.
Spears.
Deer stones coming forward from MarineLorD. That's how you know he's feeling confident in his position right now. He's moving it forward. He's going to get a better network, and he's continuing to produce Lancers. And he has the veteran archers on the way.
Yeah, it looked like LucifroN tried to be a bit too greedy, like placing the second town center on top of the Barbican looked like a bit of a mistake potentially. Like,
Yep.
I don't know, he really needed to control part of the map. Like, if you're not going to do professional scouts yourself, then you need to control, you know, the berries or find some way of gathering food. But he's forced to switch to farms right now, which is just so painful.
He is 16 villagers ahead, but it doesn't feel like it at the moment because MarineLorD is in H3. MarineLorD has control of way more resources, and MarineLorD's economy has been far more efficient than LucifroN's so far this game.
Yeah, and right, MarineLorD, he's down in eco, but he's got 9 villagers gathering gold from the steppe redoubt, and that's a lot. Hmm?
Oh man, there were so many weak vills in there that he could have sniped with that Lancer. He didn't quite get it. MarineLorD forcing all of the villagers from LucifroN into this one little corner, and he's found the berries now.
Oh yeah, and here we go. MarineLorD pushing in.
That's 4 more dead villagers there, right? Surely.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll get away. Maybe only 2. Wow.
Yeah, and now MarineLorD's gonna be able to kill these buildings. So just for igniting the tower, he gets 100 resources right there, 50 food and 50 gold.
Yep.
And also gonna get 100 resources from the mill here. So.
Ooh, and LucifroN not producing from his town centers, so he's not even gaining. He doesn't have enough food, dude. He's not even gaining a villager lead. Okay, now he starts production once again, but MarineLorD has looped around to this north side. Blacksmith coming down from LucifroN to upgrade his units a little bit. More villagers dying. 3 more, 4 more, 5 more. LucifroN doesn't notice this yet. He's busy at the front. The ram is coming in. Mangonel now being made, or sorry, another battering ram now being made by MarineLorD. There's just no response here from the Chinese player. He tried for a greedy boom, and he's being punished every step of the way.
Yeah, just having to, do this farm transition and being on berries early, it just meant that his economy was that much worse. Even if he had more villagers, they were just gathering very inefficiently. So yeah, I was quite confused honestly when he didn't go for professional scouts. It feels like that tech is just like a must with China.
Yep.
just because it's so good to put sheep next to a mill and supervise it. But yeah, MarineLorD picking off an Imperial official there, just doing so much damage and continuing the push here.
Also, those walls just felt super unnecessary out there. Maybe the one at the back, but the other 3 really far out. I mean, he sacrificed, what, 4 villagers for those? And what have they done for him so far? Nothing. And he taps out, LucifroN deciding he can't come back in this game. And MarineLorD, with an impressive opening to this set, this finals of the Winter Series, taking that first game, Mongols versus Chinese, LucifroN attempting to go for the greed, and the greed just not paying off.
Yeah, it's so interesting how some of these games can look at times where, like, obviously these players are very evenly matched, and some games will be very back and forth, and then you'll have other games which, like, are very one-sided, even though the players are very even in skill-wise. So, it just comes down to, like, the strategy, and if one player picks a strat that, like, really counters their opponent, they can get a pretty clean win.
Look at that, Katie. Oh.
Oof. Yeah, it's a rough one.
That's
how many vills are there?
That's probably, like, I think like 30 of those were vills, maybe.
Oh, yeah, it's rough.
Damn.
Yeah, that the con harassment and the scout harassment was that was on point for MarineLorD.
Maybe he knew that MarineLorD was going professional scouts with the TC placement and the Barbican placement. Maybe those walls were an attempt to just keep the deer inside the enclosure. And if he had gotten them down in time, maybe he denies that. But MarineLorD was just too quick. I think the pressure with the con early really enabled a lot of that for MarineLorD. Keeping it on the wood line, killing those villagers, preventing the wall offs.
Mm-hmm.
Really good map control.
Yeah, and it looked like the Barbican was, it was placed next to the Golden Stone and then kind of by the hunt. And I'm not sure if he was thinking that it would protect the hunt more than it did,